I really love doing these videos every week, but they are an extraordinary amount of work. There's a lot of thought and planning that goes into them, but there's an entire team of people that help make it what it is.
Okay, so again, tell us who you are and what you do.
I am Anisha, and I'm one of the videographers for the Souls 52 project.
My name is Aidan. I'm a musician, producer, engineer.
I'm Carrie. I'm executive producer on the 52 project, and I'm also a videographer.
My name is Max, and I'm a composer and a songwriter. Most of the times I get asked to play keyboard, which is funny because I'm a guitar player.
My name is Clive Desmond. I'm a producer or track director professionally. I play guitar and bass. I produce for a living. I do music for commercials and some other things.
When we were conceiving the idea of this project, even I went between being super excited and super overwhelmed. So it was really fun sitting down with the team and seeing what, they thought about doing 52 videos in 52 weeks.
Yeah, right. But awesome, and I'm so down.
It was around Christmas time this year, or I guess 2012, and I had been listening to you talk about wanting to do a project like this for years, and I think there were a few craft brews involved, and I think I just said something to the effect of put up or shut up, and we just need to do this, and that's how it started.
It didn't register. That didn't register at all. You said, I'm doing a video, and I'm doing a video this weekend, and you want to play something on it? And I said, sure. And the whole part about, but we're doing 52 of them, one a week for the next year, or 52 weeks, that didn't register at all until you'd said it repeatedly, or it came up, like the second time I went in to do one of these. I said, how many of these, what's going on here? How many of these things are you doing? You said, we're doing 52. And then I think it became clear to me what was going on, but it didn't seem real because it doesn't seem possible. And it seems, well, who would do this? Why the hell would you do 52? What? It just threw me for a loop, and I had to hear it repeatedly. And then we had to, one night after one of the sessions, talk about it some more. So that would have been three episodes in, I think, for my participation, before it began to gel, because it just doesn't seem real.
When he told me he was going to do 52 videos a year and one video per week, I didn't believe him. I kind of thought it might happen because Carrie's pretty good at busting people's balls. And I was like, well, if anyone can get Erik to do something, it's Carrie. And so I was like, it may happen.
So, what's your favorite memory?
I think my favorite memory was video one, coming to the end and watching playback and realizing number one is done. We've got another 51 to go, but at least one is done, and I think we've got something cool.
Well, my least favorite memory is being up on a roof, filming, crying. I was terrified. But my most favorite memory was just after we finished filming Forrest Gump, we all sort of came back into the studio to listen back to what we had just recorded, and Nish and I felt like we got a great take, and everyone was sitting there really getting into the music and the groove, and it was just, everything seemed to come together, and I just remember thinking, like, this is legit, like we're really doing this.
It was, I think that the next week after, I sent a couple of the videos that I'd been into my family, and they forwarded them to everyone, and then people were telling me as I was running into them that they'd seen the videos that I was in, and that was pretty cool. And you look at the videos, and the first time you look at it, you hate it, and the second time you look at it, you're like, oh, that wasn't so bad, and then you get to enjoy them more, and you still pick out the little elements. You're like,
When everybody actually just plays a take and they're comfortable and something really natural comes out, and that happens every session. And after that point, generally the takes are all sort of keepers. Just the point when that sort of flips from crazy work mode to actually, okay, we're doing something here. Once everybody actually gets into the zone, it's always really fun.
But then I was nervous about the cave, which I sat in this chair and played the banjo, and I'm not a very good banjo player. Don't ask me to do Earl Scruggs or anything. I mean, I can kind of do stuff, but then when I saw that one, And I saw how beautifully it was shot, thanks to Nish and Carrie, and how artfully and beautifully it was put together. I said, you know, there's something going on here. It's really awesome. I posted the stuff on the Facebook, and then all these people, I mean, people who barely know me were chiming in, and then sharing it with their friends, and then people who I don't know who live in God knows where, New Mexico, California, going right on, this is great.
Well, in the High Park we do drink rosé, but Clive always has his way of coming up with little tunes or songs for us to kind of sing along, and I don't think he really realizes that they catch on, and in the High Park I'm now singing about how much I love drinking rosé.
One block
In
to
the
get there.
High Park we drink rosé. In the High Park we drink, it's okay. In the High Park we drink rosé. That's what we say. In the High Park we drink rosé.
All of the musicians for this project come from different backgrounds, and I think what we're doing here is a little different from what any of us are used to. It's not quite an album record, it's not quite a live gig, it's somewhere in between, so each person needs to, you know, bring what they have to offer to the table each week. You know, the time between me figuring out the song that I want to do to telling the musicians to hitting record the day of is usually only a few days. So a lot of these guys are getting a call, you know, 2 days ahead of time, a day ahead of time, you know, the night before, kind of saying, all right, well, this is what you got to learn. I hope you can have it done by tomorrow. And so everybody needs to, you know, figure out what they're going to do in their own way, and then come to the session prepared to do what we need them to do.
It's really different. You know, playing a show, you play for days and days and days, and you play every song, you know, a bunch of times, and during the show you've got one chance, and usually you screw it up, and you know that's that. With this, you get a chance to play it multiple times, and you screw it up just as much, but there's usually one take that sounds really good, and everyone's like, yeah, that was the best take.
It's gonna happen eventually, so like you just gotta sort of keep your head focused on where you're aiming to get with the project, and it always works out. But there's always a bit of time beforehand where everybody's sort of freaking out.
It feels like a recording session, and to me, but then the addition of the cameras makes it feel like it's definitely a live thing, and we're not overdubbing any parts. We just do what we're going to do, and it's a live performance, but it's like TV. It's a TV show. It feels like a TV show to me.
Everybody who's a part of this project is here for a reason. These are people that I really care about and whose work I admire, and I'm so happy to have them be a part of this. And I'm just incredibly excited to see where we go with the rest of this.
Folks, it's fun to be in, and if your friends ever ask you to be in their 52 project, say yes. But don't think it's going to take less than 3 hours, because it takes about 8. But there's always a fun mini after party, and so you want to do that. Bring it to your neighborhood, bring it to your school, bring it to your campground. The 52 project, it's a 5 and a 2. Join in.